Okay, hold on. You have the Northern Lights background, and now what's going on, Sarah? Oh, we're back. We're
Just
back
done.
from a
I'm
huge
done.
journey to Northern Lights.
Oh wait, there's avatars, but it's in beta. Should we go for
You
it?
know what you should do? We should all be like a cat or something. You know, you could put like the different. Like,
Yeah, that's what. Well, actually, hang on. Let's do
maybe
that
you're
right
gonna be
now.
a
Oh,
cat
that
this
viral
time.
video of the guy who was the cat, or was he a potato?
He was a
One of the
cat.
two. He was
I'm
a
not
cat.
actually a cat. Oh, you guys.
All right, you
Is
know
this?
what? Now you got to tell an incredible dating story
Oh,
using that as your
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I got this.
I think we kick it off with that. We got the Homance here. We had one half last time. Nicole's
Right.
got
You had
a,
me.
scary serial killer thing going with the screen going off and on. Oh, look at
Your
that.
stand.
That's
I know. Do you
incredible.
see this?
On point.
Wow. This is a freaky episode, man. This is like really amazing.
This is what happens when Nicole and I get together. It's literally something technological
Yes.
or some human decides to act out out of
Okay.
pocket. It's
Okay.
just one or the other.
Twilight Zone all of the time. That's
This
why
is
we have a
amazing.
podcast.
How amazing. This is better than I thought it would ever be. I mean,
Oh, you're welcome.
We're
So,
4 minutes in.
yeah.
4 minutes in.
I kind of wish this little avatar thing like captured my hand movements.
I
don't
know there's nothing else there, but Nicole gave us some great stories. We had a nice conversation, right? Nicole was really good.
We did.
But she said, you have to talk to Sarah. She
Yeah.
has really crazy stories,
I do.
right? So
absolutely
let's just
do.
jump into it. I mean,
All right.
I want to hear your craziest story, recent crazy story, dating story, and then we're going to jump into the whole Homance thing.
Okay. So recent dating
You're not really
story-
going to leave that
No,
on,
she
though.
is, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We made it a point.
I can't deal with this.
All right. I'll change it. See, this is the thing. Like, I have to be normal sometimes, and she called me out on things. None.
She's
Virtual.
back.
Oh, boo.
We'll bring it
Thank
back. We
you.
should bring
Thank
it back.
you.
Anyway, okay, we'll get the nicer little background there. The pictures and shit. Okay. I can swear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say whatever you want.
Okay. So I've been with my boyfriend for about 3.5-ish years.
Okay.
So my most recent dating story is pre-COVID times. Get ready. Buckle up. I was on one of the apps. I think it was Hinge. And this guy, we're going to keep his name out of this. Ooh, I haven't done this in a while. This guy and I matched, and he was like part of a financial advisor institution or something like that. And he had some money, if you will. And I was like, all right, on paper, this guy seems to be legit. We can go through with this. So our first date was when I don't know if you're familiar with the Dream Cruise, but it happens at the end of August in the Detroit area every year. It started as a soccer team fundraiser, and it turned into like this international event where people will bring their classic vehicles and drive them down this road called Gratiot for miles. And
No, it's down Woodward.
My bad, Woodward. I knew as soon as I said it, I fucked it up. So it's a big to do, right? And so his financial institution had like prime seating. And he was like, "Do you want to go to the auto show?" I was like, "You bet your button I do." So he comes and he picks me up in an older.
It's also not the auto show.
Wow,
Sorry.
it's already starting off
Cruise.
weirdly. Sarah, come on.
It's been a day. It's been a day. I tried real hard to keep it cool. I just started a new job, so we're getting all mixed up. Okay, so he invites me to the Dream Cruise. And I said yes. He comes to pick me up, and he's got a puppy with him. Like, I'm sorry. Immediately defenses are down. I wasn't caring about the casual red flags you find in conversation, because I was more interested in puppy things.
Not even in conversation. How he appeared.
Also how he appeared. Yes. He was wearing a pair of jeans that were like designer, and they had what was it? The beading on it, like the designer beading on it. What's it called? The bedazzled.
It's like bedazzled.
bedazzled.
Yeah.
Shit was bedazzled. Like, aggressively.
You say they were like acid wash too or something.
Oh,
like it
no.
was just he was a walking red flag.
Yeah, he was for
Yes.
sure. He also had a wife beater on, a gray one.
Come on.
Who wears the gray one? I don't know. Him. So
Who's that out in public?
yeah, out in public at the financial institution he was associated with.
All right.
Choices were poor. So again, I was just booze and dog. That's all I cared about, and puppy, and
Okay.
cars. That's all I cared about. So we're going through, we're hanging out. Again, I'm catching glimpses of red flags, but at the time I was like, I don't care. It is what it is. I'm just in it to see what this is all about. So he leaves to go to Chicago, and he's already had a lot of beverages at this point.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't driven. Like I said, he picked me up, and one of my friends was coming into town, so she actually was coming to pick me up. We were going to go eat. So I didn't leave with him, but he had enough beverages where I was like, I'm good on leaving with you, even if I had to. You know what I mean? So he's driving drunk to Chicago and texting me about it the whole way there. And I'm like, all right, cool, man, whatever. This is poor choices. Meantime, I'm not committing fully to any of this. I'm dating around. At the end of our little stint of hanging out, he had invited me to a wedding. So we make the plan. I'm going to meet him at his house.
She saw him in between though.
Oh yeah, I absolutely did. I'm getting there.
So
Hang on a second.
again, like all the
tell
red
it.
flags, she just was like, whatevs.
I love
And,
Nicole's
like-
interjections. These are
Yeah.
great, man.
Yeah, let me tell it though. I'm getting there. So I go to meet him at his house, which he has a house that he inherited from a great aunt. So he has not changed a fucking thing in some of the rooms. In some of the other rooms, like the kitchen, he decided to knock down a wall, which was actually a wall that he needed to keep up because it kept the house standing. So he fucked up that part. He also chose to move his grill situation into the formal dining room.
What?
And it had this like, yeah.
Not a traditional grill, not like a grill
No.
you'd see outside.
No, it was like a hibachi grill. I was getting
Okay,
there, man.
okay.
So
His
Jesus.
face though, his face. I was like, oh, we got to help this poor guy out. He's really thinking that this guy brought a whole ass barbecue in the living room.
I
mean,
really
wouldn't-
thought it was a barbecue. Like
He could have though, honestly.
it sounded like it could be true.
Yeah. So he's got this hibachi grill situation that he purchased specifically to, cater to guests in this house. That's half-assed done. The separating wall is still separating you from the kitchen. So you don't have a stove, you don't have anything to cook on. You just have a microwave and really tall countertops. But they're nice, and like a sub-zero fridge. It was strange. So he also had a roommate that lived in the basement, and another roommate and the roommate's girlfriend and a baby that lived upstairs. This
What's
is
on here?
a single family home, like I said, who had not renovated anything except for the kitchen, which was, his choice. And then the back, so like it was kind of set up like a traditional home, but like it had a greenhouse atrium situation. I remember Big Boy when they had that like sunroom.
Okay, yeah.
It was kind of like that.
So
and he was
strange.
growing weed in it. He also had 2 birds and a puppy. And then, like a cat or something running around. I'm like, this is a house of business. Like,
House of business.
Here. A lot of things happening here. And it was a nice home, too. Like, it had a 3-tiered deck in the back and like a walkout basement that the roommate lived in. So the roommate in the basement had a girlfriend who's transitioning, Dusty. She was around. I got to meet her that day, and she was super excited because I was going to come back after the wedding to hang out. Rad. So I get there, I put myself together a little bit, and we go to the church situation.
Okay.
Go to church. Everything seems kind of normal. He seems a little strange, but that was just him. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to get through this. I had already lined up my boyfriend that now at the time I was like, this is the last hangout session with this guy. We
Yeah.
made the agreement. I'm not going to bail on him, be a shitty person. He needs a date to the wedding, blah, blah, blah. He definitely talked it up to be a lot of stuff it was not. Let me get that right out there. So he drives to the wedding, not the ceremony, I'm sorry, the church event. What is it called? Church? Whatever. We go to the church.
That is the ceremony, not you're
Yes.
thinking the
Yeah.
reception.
Just got done working. I'm still
Is
in
that what
business
explains
mode.
this? Is that what
No,
explains?
I don't know. My brain hasn't switched to storyteller yet. Okay.
Nicole, look at Nicole's face. She's like,
She's just like, I can't
what's
with this
happening?
woman. So we're in the church. He's looking at me weird. He's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with him. I'm looking at him, and he kind of looks like he's not checked in all the way. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's gonna be a weird night. Maybe he got boozed up before I showed up. I don't know. We did have a couple drinks before we went to church. Maybe.
That's
So
normal.
I asked him to take me to CVS. Totally. It's fine when you have problems like that. So I asked him to take me to CVS. My eyes, I'm like super hypersensitive to makeup sometimes. And I ended up having a night. And so they were watering. I had to redo all of my makeup. So I had to buy a bunch of makeup between the ceremony and the actual reception. So he takes me to CVS. I'm like, you can just drop me off. I'll be right back. All right. I get out of the car. I go into the thing. I'm looking at the shelves, and all of a sudden I look over, and like right here next to me, he's just standing there like, hey. I'm like, what are you doing, guy? And he was like, I came to get some snacks. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll meet you up at the front then, right? And he was like, yeah. I go up to the front. We pay for the things. We go to the house. I put my makeup on. There was a cat on the roof taking pictures with the cat. He's disappeared. I don't know where he's at.
What is this?
It's an adventure. I told you to
What
buckle
the hell
up.
is this?
I'm not. Yeah. So
Really give it to Sarah though. She doesn't bail. Like
I'm
she
in
is
it.
in it for the long haul. So like she dedicated to this. I would have bailed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
as soon
when?
as I would have, when I saw him in those jeans, I would have been like, oh, I'm not Nicole.
That's
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee you, he would have fooled her up to the acid wash jeans, and then she would have been out too. I was like, that's my downfall. I'm so fucking curious about humans and how they function and why
Yes.
that I just stick around regardless of the consequences that I
I'm
incur.
team no new friends.
Okay.
I'm team nosy as fuck. So time to leave, right? I'm like, we're taking an Uber. I'm certainly not driving. You can't, you shouldn't. So we hop in the ride. We get to the place. It's about 20-ish minutes from his house. And we walk into the hall. It's a banquet hall. And no shade to the people that were having the wedding. They did, I'm sure, the best they could. But it was kind of sparse, and it wasn't very traditional. So it was like a seat yourself situation. But hey, you can get, booze at the bar. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's walking into this place, and he basically knows nobody. But he was telling me that this man getting married was like his best friend. And I'm like, well, why aren't you in the wedding party then? He's like, well, I guess they didn't have enough room. And I'm like, or you're an idiot.
Yes.
I had already established that at this point. And I was just like, I'm just here for the entertainment and the free food and the dancing, whatever. So we make friends at a table of misfits. It's literally the land of misfit toys. 100%. None of these people know each other. They don't know anybody else. And they just randomly know the groom or bride for some reason or another. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's hang out.
What?
Yeah. Because I don't know anybody at this wedding either. And this guy is like, you want another drink? You want another drink? I'm like, sure. So he's up and down getting beverages and, dancing in between. And I'm just sitting there eating, listening, talking to people. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go smoke. I go outside and I'm hanging out with these ladies. And, the night goes on. I'm in and out. He's in and out. I'm meeting new people. And I go to say goodbye to these two ladies from the table that we were sitting at with, because they're leaving for the night. Well, he gets crazy and he thinks that I'm trying to leave with them, and he becomes very protective, and he's like, what are you doing? You can't leave. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I don't understand why you're freaking out right now. Like, what's your problem? He was like, all right, I got to tell you this. I'm like, oh, Jesus, here we fucking go. He's like, I dropped acid before church and I'm high as fuck right now. I'm like, you have got to be kidding. Are you joking right now? He was like, no, I'm really sorry. I'm like, as you should be.
I'm really sorry. That's funny.
Oh, and I'm drunk. I'm too drunk to drive. But
This
I'm
is a weird
sobering
scene.
up. Yeah.
Seriously. Nicole, I can see why you bailed on this pretty quickly.
We're at a wedding. A fucking wedding, bro. Like, what are you doing? Who drops acid for a wedding? And then goes with a straight, like a girl that you don't really know very well. And nobody there. Like, What kind of psychotic move is that? His psychotic move.
It is psychotic, but you were there though. I mean, so
was
that's
there.
partially psychotic, I think.
Absolutely.
Psychotic adjacent.
Mhm.
Yeah, psychotic adjacent. Yeah.
I'm into chaos. Let me tell you.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, it's my life force. It really
I'm into
drives me.
I'm into chaos.
I love it. I really do.
Nicole seems chaos
Well, that-
averse.
I am.
We're the absolute opposite human beings. That's why we
Mhm.
get along so well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rolls his eyes like, do you though?
But do
like he's
you?
like,
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Nicole's
Yeah.
stories were like, "Hey, I'm getting out of here, man. That's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
she's
this
got-
guy's weird, man." It's like,
I'm what happens after Nicole leaves.
oh,
But when we're together, it's a beautiful chaos.
what does
The
that
chaos
mean?
still ensues, but it's hilarious for all involved except for the guy,
Yeah, mostly.
usually.
So I'm not done.
So they
Yeah. Speaking of, not done. I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm out. Let's get a car and go back to the house. I will take you back with me. That's the least I could do. You know, you're tripping your balls off in a strange place. I'm not just going to leave you because I need to get into your house. So we get back to his house. I need to sober up. He goes somewhere. I don't know where he went. Maybe he went upstairs to sleep. Maybe he went into the outside. I don't know. And I don't care because Dusty and I are now hanging out. Now, Dusty is, like I said, transitioning. And Dusty's skin is like fucking 10 shades lighter than mine. Why do I tell you this? Because Dusty decided it was a great idea to sit me down, wash my face off completely naked, and repaint it with all of Dusty's makeup.
Hey.
So to sober up, I was like, fuck it. Paint my face. Let's do this dance. So I'm sitting in the hibachi grill in the dining room, in the formal dining room where the formal dining room table should be. And Dusty is like aggressively painting my face with a majority of stuff. I don't even know. I'm not like super into makeup, but I know like foundation, powders. Just everything and anything was going on. And there was no blending, of course, you know, like my neck wasn't important. So it gets to a point where my makeup is done and like it's so poor that my eyes look like they're red and bulging out of my face. My neck does not match my head. It looks like I have a really creepy latex skin mask on, essentially.
You're like a clown or something. It's like
I look fantastic. So I went upstairs around 4:30 in the morning ish and grabbed my things and departed. And the next morning, I think I wrote him either that night or the next morning. Very sorry I had to leave. I wasn't feeling well. Had an okay time. Or I didn't even say that.
I'm like, did you?
I didn't
Like-
even try to do. I think I was like done doing pleasantries. I think I was like, I'm sorry I had to leave. It just wasn't working out. You know, like, cool. And he like his response to whatever the fuck it was I said was, I think we should see other people. And I LOL'd and pieced the fuck out and
Yeah.
literally never spoke to the guy again. He texted me a few times after that, like, hey, I'm really sorry. I think we should talk, this, that, the other. And I just left him on red because I'm an asshole like that.
Oh.
And I would say probably a year and a half ago, he actually hit me up again and was like, hey, ... And I was like, no, bro, it ain't fucking happening. Acid man. No. That is my most recent. and
That's
wild.
pretty strange, honestly.
Huh?
But I agree with Nicole. You stuck it in there. I can't believe you stayed in that long. Honestly,
know.
it was a huge warning from the beginning,
Yes.
right?
100%.
I mean, come on.
I have grown significantly.
What are these conversations like between you two? I mean, what is this like? Nicole, you clearly heard this story before several times.
Heard it many times.
right?
Yes.
Like, what did you think when you heard this story? Like, what were you like? What are you doing?
Typical Sarah.
I was offended by him.
Oh,
I referred to him as Hibachi. That was his name in
Oh, yeah.
the podcast episode when we talked about it. I am not surprised by Sarah anymore or her commitment to see these things through. So yes, there's a part of me that's like, why would you do this? But I can almost see it and can tell just by the way that she tells her stories that there's a certain point where she makes a decision to continue forward instead of drop off.
Yeah. As a spectator.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's like, this is a trend with her where she will be like, okay, here's the pivotal decision point.
Yes.
Do I want to watch the rest of this? Well, sure. She's kind of like a bad Netflix show. Like she's
Yeah.
like, well, I've committed to it. I'm halfway through. I might as well finish it. Where I'm the kind who's like, I don't want to waste any more time on this show.
Yeah, I gotta see the way it ends.
She's like, I gotta see how it turns out. And I'm like, I don't care.
But I realize now I'm the one that can make the ending happen. Like I've progressed significantly in my mental health space. So that's good.
Oh, this is unbelievable. I can make the ending happen. I've progressed to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. That should be my
the funny
attic,
thing. Well, yeah. The
Next
funny
time.
thing about Sarah and I too is that we're extremely different, but we use a lot of the same vernacular. So it's kind of funny how our vocabulary crosses over. So when she said that they like exchanged pleasantries, I just said the word pleasantries the other day, and my other friend was like, "Who says this?" And I'm like,
"What?
Me?" Well, and now Sarah, like that's who.
But that's just how we refer to it.
I've said that before plenty of times. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, so sometimes we say stuff that isn't common, but if you were to listen to us separately, you'd be like, huh, that's interesting. They kind of sound the same. Even though if you look at us, it's totally not.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the setting you both of you are in. I mean, like right now. You look like very fresh, Nicole, like you just came from the set of a movie. You're filming a children's story. And Sarah, she just got off of work, man. You know.
Yeah, working from home,
man. I work from home.
Now here's a question.
I like to look fresh.
Yeah, you're very fresh. Now here's a question. Now before, did you guys ever go on a double date together at any point?
That one guy that was like a random Tinder dude who was in town from like New York or something.
Right. That one.
And then there was another time. But that was just like one night and it wasn't planned. And nothing happened. We just went to dinner, I think, and then maybe the bar after. And I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know anything about them. Didn't continue to know anything about them. And then there was.
Oh yeah, I remember those guys now.
It just came to you.
Yeah. I'm on a delay.
I'm on a tape delay here.
Well, I am extremely sober, except for, I drink sometimes, but Sarah will smoke weed. And so sometimes, we need a little memory jog. And so.
Hey, listen, you make it sound like all I do is hang out in the cloud. That's not the case.
What is the case?
Sometimes.
I have myasthenia gravis. It's an autoimmune disease. So I smoke sativa to help my muscles in the morning, so I can brush my teeth and shit.
Oh, okay. You have a much better excuse than I do. I'm getting extremely high on Fridays for no reason at all.
I do that too. But it's because I'm not boozing it. I don't really booze anymore. I'm not a boozer so much because it doesn't jive so well anymore. So
So that's it's just funny because I'm like, yes, sometimes a little memory jog.
I'm always like that though, because my brain's not big enough for all the things I come across in my day. So sometimes shit gets shifted. That's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. So there's been really no double dates, kind of like nothing
really
memorable.
I would say if honestly between her and I, we've been in serious relationships the opposite of each other for a majority of the time. We've been friends. So right now I've been in a serious relationship for 3 years and she's been off of serious for a little bit of time.
Nicole, weren't you dating somebody last time we talked?
I'm always dating somebody, but
She stays dating. She ain't heard for dates.
I'm trying to get this right, man.
She's heard for
always
those
dating
qualified fellas, though.
yeah, no, I was dating someone last time that we talked, and I still do see him. However, it's not grown. It's not become more serious.
I see.
So I still occasionally see other people.
I see. Okay. I was just trying to get my facts correct here.
Oh,
I definitely remember this.
Yes. No, you are correct.
Yeah,
and
you're not losing it.
He is still around.
He's still around.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I know it sucks.
It sucks. I know it sucks. Yeah.
Like that you said interesting, but
no, it's very interesting.
The reality is that timing is not my friend in this situation. And so he's just basically not ready for the same type of relationship that I'm ready for.
So not for something serious. You want something serious. He doesn't.
Right. Not that, and I don't know if it's that he doesn't want something serious. He doesn't date other people. He just, I don't think, is in a position where he feels like he can be, I guess, vulnerable enough or give enough time, have enough like availability.
What does that mean?
He's a single father of 2 kids, and that's a change in his life.
All right. That makes more sense there. First, I was like, what is that? What's going on with that?
I was trying to not
have enough time.
I was trying to not give out too much of his personal information.
Oh, that's good. That's fine.
But yeah, so timing's not great in that situation. Yeah. So I continue to date other people when the opportunity arises.
Yes, you should. You know what? You should.
I support it.
Yeah. And Sarah, you've been with somebody for 3 years. Like, where's this headed?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a forever situation unless he fucks up.
Very nice. Oh, wow. Okay, wait a minute.
No, he won't. It's okay.
You're in a good space, sounds like.
Yeah, no, we're in a great space. We've it was very rocky when we first started dating because it was a lot of, unmet needs, trauma, blah, blah, blah. Figuring it out, healing, figuring out how to communicate. We're very similar people. We're both very ego driven sometimes. And so a lot of the situations where you have to put your ego aside doesn't always work out. So we've been aggressively working on that, and we're in such a good spot. I mean, it's been a good amount of time now where we just have fun. We don't have kids. We have animals.
Yes.
We have, we both have money, so it's not like we're hurting. We're just enjoying our time together at this point.
Sounds really good. It sounds very positive. Nicole, it's going to happen. You're going to get there.
She's like, I hate you, bitch.
No.
I see the contempt.
No, I'm like, whatever. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, that's right.
I've given up control to the universe.
Yeah, at this point. I don't know. I feel like Nicole's going to find this man who's just going to frickin' sweep her off of her feet. And next thing you know, she'll be like, bitch, I'm moving to Cabo. And I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'll come see you then.
Very nice.
That's where I'm at with her. Or Fiji. One of those places that she deserves to be in.
You feel like that's the type of person Nicole's going to go? Like, that's where she's going to be.
Nicole's bougie as fuck. I don't know if you know this or not.
I see the picture. I'm telling you, the room looks so nice. I'm telling you. I look like I'm in a bunker here. I'm like in an underground bunker. Look like it's not really. You look like you just come off a set. I'm telling you, Nicole.
Well, thank you. I put a lot of thought into what my Zoom square would look like.
Seriously. And Sarah, let's not talk about how you showed up today. Okay, let's not talk about.
I'm gonna tell you what. You're getting some of the best shit you've gotten in a minute.
I know. I feel it. I feel it.
But my internet has not been great because we're having an ice storm right now. So this is like just a safety precaution for me.
No, it is. It's truly an ice storm right now. And I'm surprised you can't hear the drops coming down from my door over here because it's loud. But the reason I brought up pleasantries, I have to bring it back because I know that you'll both enjoy this.
Oh.
So speaking of the fact that I occasionally will date other people,
Casually.
casually, I don't put like a big effort into it, right? There's this guy that I matched with at the end of December. So it's been 2 months and he has not asked me for my phone number. He has not tried to like move off of the app. And normally I just would like drop him, or unmatch him or whatever. But he's just kind of like hanging out in the background. I'm like, whatevs. And then the other day he was not texting me, but messaging me in the app. A lot of like just surface stuff. How's your day? What'd you have to eat? Blah, blah. I'm like, I don't feel like answering these questions.
I don't care, bud.
I don't like it's been 2 months of pleasantries. Yes. Right. So I actually said to him, so we've been exchanging pleasantries for much longer than I normally do.
Because you're out normally.
But as a guy, that's it, like coming in hot, like, oh shit, I fucked up. What did I do? Because he doesn't know any better, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, I've been trying to sit back and let you take the lead, but you're not moving this in any kind of direction. So what are your intentions?
That's what I said to him. You said that? That's good. What did he say?
He said,
and got freaked out.
Sent me back a blushing smiley emoji face.
What?
He's too femme. Go away. Bye.
And then said, I do think it's time that we meet. I appreciate your patience. I guess that has also told me some good things. But the reality is like, it's not my patience. It's the fact that I'm preoccupied with other guys.
Like he doesn't understand. You were like, he wasn't like, you weren't observing him this entire time. You're like, this guy.
Edge of my seat waiting for this guy. No.
Yeah.
But then just the other day, I've been like cranky and had headaches from this storm and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't feel like answering these questions. Like, what is your deal?
I've had enough. What do you want from me?
So I'm like, we've exchanged pleasantries for much too long.
That's a long time to be doing that.
Truly is.
Land the plane, my guy. Like, figure it out.
Get your shit together, guy. Like, sorry, dude. I don't know who you are, but like.
But like, even you know better than that. You don't just fucking court for 2 months on a goddamn dating app and expect to meet that person. Like, no. Even I know the rules.
Just asking like any plans this weekend. And then I say no, and then you don't ask me to do anything.
Yeah. Like, how many times did that happen?
What's up?
Several.
Well, and then because there were so many like pleasantries in that fashion, when he did ask me, like, he said, how was your day? And then he said plans for dinner. And I was like, I don't feel like answering this shit again. Like to me, it registered again as just like small talk. But that was him actually asking me out. Was him just saying, how was your day? Plans for dinner.
Just be direct. Come on.
I was like, day's fine. No. Like I don't
Yeah, that's not really
it's to me it didn't really register as him asking me out.
No, that's
not because really of the 2 months of what'd you have for dinner today?
Doesn't sound great. Just want you to know. Like
he's failing miserably.
But is it because I'm positioning it this way? Because like another friend told me that I'm like too hard on him and that I should have been able to interpret that plans for dinner ? Is him asking me out.
Sarah, that doesn't mean that. Come on.
No, I never said she was too harsh.
No.
I
said another friend. I said another friend.
Thoroughly enjoy Nicole's conversations with other humans because they're fucking entertaining.
I was trying to get you to agree with me, Sarah. Come on.
I can't do that, man. This is my hoe. You don't understand. This is a homance.
I know. I'm all about the homance. I mean,
but no, I'm wildly entertained by the way she talks to people. So I'm just gonna let her say whatever the fuck she wants.
There was great stories the last time around. I was like, these are great stories. I was like, but she kept saying how wild you were. I was like, wow. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is amazing because these are great stories too. I mean, Thank you. Yeah, that's.
You're
like, thanks a lot. Like,
yeah, I've got I got stories for a long time. And I have a feeling now with the public opening back up, it's just going to keep getting weirder. Like I was this past summer, not a dating story. I was at 7-Eleven. I got myself a slushie. I have a Jeep. I was sitting in my Jeep turning it on, and this guy came over. He's like, "You seem pretty cool." And he dropped a little doobie like over the fucking window siding thing at me. I was like, "All right, bud. Thank you. I appreciate
pretty
that."
cool.
The amount of men that approach her at like gas stations and
Yeah,
like
it's a vibe.
random convenience stores.
It's a vibe. and at the coffee store, like I had gone on a work trip with my, and I'm a professional in a professional environment, and I'm not. That's not a
Yeah,
joke,
I see that. Yes.
No, I work for large companies like global.
I believe you. Okay.
Well, I mean, the point is, I was traveling with colleagues for work, and we were at a coffee shop, and my coworker is, you know, a younger female like me, and I was like, this guy's gonna come in and hit on me. Watch. And she was like, he is not. I'm like, yes, he is. He came over. He hit on me, asked for my number. I politely declined. He chose to give me his number instead, and he bought my coffee.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for that, but I'll take it. So yeah, it's just life hits you with those little boops, and you just got to take them sometimes.
This is your story. This is Nicole. Why does this happen to Sarah regularly?
She's so much more. Yeah, I was gonna say it happens to me too, but in a different way. It happens to Sarah. I think she seems grounded and approachable.
Yes.
And men probably are not as afraid of rejection from Sarah for some reason. And that's why I mean, like, partially about the approachable thing. Like, not only is she a nice human and pretty and all of those other things, but you're welcome. But I think there's a level of comfort there where they don't feel like they're going to get slapped back as the response, where a lot of other women you don't really know, I guess, what kind of response you're going to get.
Yeah, I guess I have a very welcoming vibe.
Yeah.
And you might actually follow them to see what's going on.
No, absolutely not. I don't know if that man's phone number, I think that man's phone number did make it back to the office as a check it out souvenir, because my coworker was just so astonished again. Because I got like free candy during that trip. We got some free stuff from the hotel and some other things. Like it was just that was a magnet.
And the same thing happens to me, but not at coffee shops and gas stations.
No. It happens at, when she goes to pick up her food or at the mall.
Oh, okay.
Or hotel. Like if I'm out of town, hotel situations, I'm always approached. I don't know why.
When we were at the casino, remember when we went to the casino that one night and that woman approached us?
In Detroit?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Every time we go anywhere, Nicole and I will go to the bathroom and women will come in and be like, oh my God. First, it's because of my hair, which is obviously not.
Is that what it is?
But you're psycho looking. You look super fun.
Wow, look at you.
No, usually I have like
when she goes out, she's rainbow bright though. So
okay, right.
Yeah.
This is 100% Instagram versus reality type shit right now. So it always would start with like, oh, your hair is beautiful. Like, hey, thanks. And I like to provide a compliment back to somebody. I don't know. It's just a knee-jerk reaction because I like to take that off of me. I don't really like that kind of direct attention for some reason. No. So sorry, dog was barking. So it'll usually start with my hair. I'm like, oh, I like your hair too. And then they'll just divulge all sorts of things to me, Nicole, whatever, it doesn't matter. Or they'll just say something to us and I'll be like, oh yeah. And the next thing you know, they're telling us their whole life story and how they got to the casino. And I'm like, I'm missing a bunch of stuff with a bunch of people right now. I gotta go.
Yeah, people do like to tell us their whole life stories or offer us drugs.
Those are my favorite though. Those are really
Seriously, we're just living. Like we're just living. We're just there, not soliciting for information or drugs.
You're just minding your business, basically.
Yes, we were literally we go in there, we talk shit, we hang out, we giggle, we do whatever, we look at ourselves in the mirror, talk about makeup. We are just honed in on each other. We're not looking at anybody else. And I was like, so you guys, you want to hear a story? I'm like, no, I don't need the tea. I'm full.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Yeah. And when we were in our like late 20s and we'd go out to the bar a lot and stuff, people would be like enamored with Sarah because of her energy and
I could
party
see that.
vibe when we're out. But then for whatever reason, guys would want to just like touch my face.
Oh,
What?
So yes,
all the time.
That's why I said like she might get attention at like the coffee shop or the gas station or whatever. But like when we would go out clubbing and stuff, people would be in my personal bubble all the time.
Like I have
like come up and want to
pictures.
like caress my face.
What is it about your face that they want?
I remember I have pictures. I do. I couldn't believe it one day. Her and I were just talking about like, why do people have to touch your face all the time? And she's like, I don't know. And the next thing you know,
Because I
we're
was
sitting
even
there.
germaphobe before COVID.
She wasn't into
I didn't
it.
even
She
want
carried
I don't
sanitizer
even
around
want
before.
the fruit from the bar in my drink or anything. And so I was like, the universe is fucking with me.
At this
Like
point.
I literally just took this lemon wedge out of my cup because I thought it was gross and germy, and then somebody comes up and caresses my
Hey girl.
face.
It's like the hey girl. Ugh, what are you doing?
Really?
Here? It's like not hanging out with you. Get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. Don't touch me.
Oh, man.
Or they would pat her on the top of the head because she's a little pint-sized human, you know. She's
Mhm.
just like maybe 5 foot. So that's
5'1 3/4.
Let's
Oh.
give her the credit
Don't
she's
let
due,
me
okay?
don't lose that 1 3/4.
I understand.
She's fighting for that 1 3/4, man.
get
Come
it.
on.
I'm roughly 5'2", 5'3", depends on
Wow.
the day, you know. I get it.
Yeah.
Isn't that
No.
crazy? You can't tell how tall people are in these things, man, or anything.
We're little humans. We're very
Mhm.
I'm
pint-sized.
5'5". I'm a small guy. So
Yeah, so you're right around our size.
I'm in the little human. I mean, people are trying. They're not trying to touch my hair, but they're definitely talking about it. And but you know, if somebody touch my face, I'd be so weird. Like just out.
Yeah. I witnessed multiple different humans in public spaces physically deciding it was okay to just take their hand and put it on her face and then pull it down.
I mean, that
and
hand could have
smear
been
whatever's
anywhere.
on it. Exactly.
You know
Mhm.
that? Like,
And my favorite part is
aware.
Nicole just sits there and takes it. She just
You
sits there
take
like,
it.
she's like, what are you doing? Where I'd be like, get the fuck up, a ninja, move out of there. My natural reaction is no, no, no. Her natural reaction is just like, why are you doing this?
just like.
As it's
Well,
going
because
on,
I
it's like,
would always be in a moment of shock.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it was like my body was numb and I couldn't move, and I would just my brain wouldn't turn off though. My brain would be like, why? Like who does this? And that would come out of my mouth, but the rest of me would be like in shock and not be able to move because I'm like,
Mhm.
is this really happening
Yeah.
again?
How many times has this
Sometimes-
happened?
at
a
least
lot.
5.
What?
At least 5. I know I can
Come on.
recall roughly 5 times when in like about 2.5 years time. Yeah.
I've never heard
she
anybody
just-
doing this. Like just.
I don't think anybody's really out there doing this. I think it's just a Nicole thing, if I'm being real honest with you. It's just one thing that happens to this poor woman right here, this one woman.
Yeah.
Just consistently has her face touched in public at the bar. Like I guarantee you, if we go to the bar, even in the COVID times, she would get her face touched again.
Women won't touch my face, but they
No.
will comment on my skin.
Love
So
her.
maybe
Okay.
So maybe guys are just like, let me touch.
I can understand that.
Let me touch.
I'm a tactile human.
Let me touch.
I wish somebody did that to you because at least it would have been entertaining for you.
That would
after
be
that
funny.
point.
Let me touch. You have nice skin. It looks very nice.
Thank you.
Remarkably
Thank
nice.
you.
Yeah, that's your
Oh.
problem. You take care of yourself too well.
Been blessed with good skin.
Yes. So one night though, she had a man say that she looked like a bunny and that he wanted to take her and keep her in his basement in a jar.
What?
Yeah.
Was it a jar?
Yeah, I just remembered that one.
Was it a cage?
What the
It was
hell
a
is
cage.
happening out there?
It was the cage.
Cage. I'm like, it wasn't a jar. Is that?
It was a cage. It was fucking creepy, regardless.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I've been told that I look like a bunny. I've been told that I look like a deer. I've been told,
You look very fawny.
yeah. Yeah. When I was skinnier and my cheeks were more sunken, you would be able to see like my eye shape more. And so a lot of people comment on my eyes or say that I look like a deer because of my eyes. Yeah, a lot of people just feel like they can just, do or say whatever to you because it's apparently to them a compliment.
Just teeing off on you, man.
All about perspective. Teeing off, indeed. Indeed. Like, she gets it.
I mean, geez, man.
I think I'm just like maybe too wild for people to want to touch because I've never had anybody come up to me.
Beware of Sarah.
Yeah. But I was working a job one day downtown and this kid is like, is it your real hair? I'm like, boy, don't touch my hair. What the fuck? He yanked on it as I was fucking carrying a tray. I was like, God, I need this job. So,
wow.
Yeah. That's the only time I've ever had a stranger.
You have the wild factor. It's like,
yeah, but she would also though give out her phone number all the time. Oh, yeah. And I was like super protective of my phone number. Mm-hmm. And so all these randos would hit her up all the time and she would always respond and like still be kind to them. That's why I said like it's different vibes. It's definitely different vibes. Like,
but you're the one whose phone number was stolen and that dude fucking lied to you about it for 4 or 5 months. What was it?
Oh yeah, he did. He pretended to be somebody else.
Yeah, there you go.
What is going on out there? This is
what's
the wildest
not going
stuff.
on.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. I feel like a very rational person hearing these stories.
Oh man, you haven't really heard them either.
I mean, I feel very sane hearing these stories. Like, I mean,
character building. You know what I mean? Like,
clearly,
the beginning of this Zoom call should have warned you of how this was going to go.
I think I got warned when I talked to you last time, but
that's true.
The reality is different from the discussion.
Yeah, you could imagine all you want. Until you experience it, you ain't got a fucking clue.
The best part was when Sarah showed up and she goes, "Oh no, oh no." Like,
so bad.
It's like you looked in the mirror of the Zoom and you were like, "No."
It was like all sticking out like this. I was just dark. It was like this. I'm like, oh, no. Poor buddy. I'm sorry. That was scary.
And then Nicole came
this
on.
This is after I warned her.
Yeah, this is better than it was, though. That's the problem. You guys, I don't give a shit. I just don't care. I just started a new job. All of my energy is going into retention at this point. And that's difficult.
My hair looks crafted because I got it done yesterday.
It looks very nice.
Thank you.
No, it does.
It's fresh, as you would say.
Fresh. I'm telling you.
It is fresh.
It looks like everything in there is very curated and looks beautiful.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Yes. I am very specific about my feng shuiing.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Seriously.
Yes, my books, as you can see, have to be in order from shortest to tallest.
Why is
they
it
don't
on a
fit
slant?
in a color.
What's the shortest, tallest?
Because you have the books lined up, right? That's what you said?
Uh-huh. And then the books on the other shelves are color coordinated.
There's something happening here.
OCD.
My OCD is what's happening.
Mental illness, friend. Oh, just kidding.
I'm the type of person who like has my software organized and has like dividers in it, you know.
Actually.
I'm the type of person that wishes that shit is a reality because it ain't. I'm lucky if I can find both the socks.
You got the mismatched socks on.
I don't. I like to match my socks. I do feel better when they're matched.
Okay, but not always.
Maybe a sensory thing. No, I always find matching.
You always
socks.
match. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
A whole discussion though about socks. Do you remember when we talked about? Because I was so turned off because this guy wouldn't take his socks off when we slept together.
Yeah.
I was like,
weird.
Thank you. Sarah's like, oh, I don't care. You're not just in the moment. And I'm like, don't your socks just come off with your pants?
Hang on a second. We're talking heat of the moment. Get it on. Oh, hey, by the way, you look great today and I want to jump your bones shit. No, I'm not taking my fucking socks off. I'm getting it in. If it's less, can you stop? If it's less than that and it's slow. Yeah, I'll take my fucking socks off. But for you, were you going to stop a hot and heavy moment? Like if this man picks you up and puts you on a countertop, rips your panties off of you and starts trying to fuck you, are you going to stop him because your socks are on?
No, but more than likely other clothes are going to be on too. It's only like if your socks are on and nothing else, right? That is super fucking weird.
I think that's weird. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah. We've had a lot of conversations about socks.
What if they're grippy socks though? Like what if he's
No.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sarah,
grippy socks help
that
him.
makes it worse.
For you.
No.
And that makes it worse for everyone.
This is weird. No socks.
I'm looking for this guy. They could be doing Spider-Man moves and they need some extra traction on the wall. Like, I'm not going to stop you from using the tools that you need to get it done. Fuck it. Whatever.
Do you see how
this is weird?
Do you see how her imagination works? She's like, I love the chaos. I'm down for the cause. Let's see how weird this can get.
I'm down for that too. Yeah. I'm like, but
then there's but then exactly. But then there's a boundary.
What's the boundary?
Hers is socks. I don't give a shit. You want to keep your socks on, my guy? You keep your fucking socks on.
What if you just wore a shirt and nothing else?
Pooh Bear it up, man. Go ahead. Fuck it. I used to date a guy. I lived with a guy. He was my boyfriend for a long time. And he would go to bed with just a white t-shirt on, a Pooh Bear in it. And all of his junk would hang out. And one night and he was like worried about like people breaking into our house because we lived in an area that was like kind of sketch. We have massive windows in this really old house, and he had a shotgun next to the bed. And every time he heard any kind of like ding or whatever, he'd be like, "Who's there?" And he'd be out there with his junk hanging out, his Pooh Bear shirt, and his fucking gun pointed at nothing. I'm like, you're gonna scare them. You're gonna intimidate the fuck out of them. But also they're gonna be very confused as to why you're visually assaulting them at the same. That's assault. You can't do that.
I'm not sure the gun matters at that point. Like,
right? Like, this man's gonna be so stunned by the fact that your dick is out. I'm pretty sure they're gonna stop everything they're doing and listen.
Like, we're good here.
Okay.
It's not just that his dick is out, it's that he has a t-shirt on. Because if he was fully naked, that would make more sense. Your brain would be like, oh, he sleeps naked. But to have only your shirt on, like, that's super weird. Like, what is he trying to do? Keep his nipples warm and that's it? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe it's like a vest. I don't know. Who the fuck wears a vest? What point do they have? They have no, what do they keep warm? Your core? It's stupid. Vests are dumb. I said it. Unpopular opinion.
Not a vest fan either, but I'm definitely not a t-shirt with just my dick hanging.
Who is? I don't know. So anyway, he was also like a more petite guy, like a 5.
I never heard of this.
Maybe he was like seriously. A 5'7", 5'6", and he wore medium shirts. So it's not like it had extra fucking hang going on. It was appropriate sized. So, literally Pooh Bear.
Find that attractive. Like, how are you like, yep,
I didn't.
I'm gonna have sex with him.
Absolutely didn't. Oh, we were not having sex at that point. No, it was a mess.
I was gonna ask the same question. Thank you for asking that, Nicole.
Yeah, no, it was a time. It was a
Let's just cut to the chase. I don't get it.
It was one of those things where, you're in this relationship and this guy's doing this thing. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? But it was the first time we lived in a place where he felt the need to protect it like that too. So, whatever. The whole sleeping in his t-shirt thing was very common. I found it to be very awkward the whole time.
I find it to be awkward too.
I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm comfy. I'm like, all right, who am I to judge? Fuck it.
That Nicole, I'm guessing this is not for you. This is clearly not for you. This is.
Oh, if that happened more than one time, I'd be like,
just wearing just a t-shirt.
Yes, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Nicole, that was his mode of operation. That's how he fucking slept every night.
I'm with Nicole on this. I'm like, what?
But I wouldn't have been able to get through night 2.
Right.
So if it happened one time, I'm like, okay, that's weird. If he did it again, I'd be like, no, what the fuck is happening?
I do honestly feel like we didn't live together right away. Obviously, we dated for a long time, and like that was something that maybe didn't occur until we moved in together.
Great.
Got older. You know what I mean? Like, I think he kind of progressed into that. I don't necessarily think that he was like when we were dating and he was doing drugs that he was just sleeping.
I don't think that older people just sleep with their shirts on.
No, I just recall him doing it in the houses we lived in together after, not in the apartment we lived in. Like, I don't recall that part. Whatever. He probably still fucking does it. Doesn't matter. And good on him,
Cole, when you're out on a date, you need to ask this: do you wear just a t-shirt when you go to bed?
What do you wear when you go to sleep at night?
I want to know.
Just in general. I don't need details. Does it include
Yeah, but
socks?
if I asked that, guys wouldn't take it seriously. Like they would go in a whole other direction. And then I'd have to backtrack and I'd have to like figure out how I wasn't going to talk about sex on the first date. So as much as I'd like to ask those questions, I try to not do that on the first date.
So listen, this is a non-sexual question. I don't want you to think about fucking me after I ask you this. What do you wear to bed?
Yeah.
How do you do
let's
that?
do it. Let's talk
You really
about it.
can't. I don't think you can. I think it's pretty much one of those things where it's like you're always going to end up talking about sex. Because they're going to retort with, well, what do you wear? And you're going to be like, that's not the point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And they're going to take it as flirting. And it's really just fact finding. I'm gathering data.
What do you talk about on the first date at this point? I mean, Sarah probably doesn't know this, but I've been married 18 years. And
you have no fucking clue.
I have no clue about dating anymore. I mean, I date my wife still. We have a great time. It's awesome. But
you're not worried about what her favorite color is and what she's allergic to anymore.
I listen now. I'm like, I do care. Okay.
Right. Congratulations.
Actually, I literally just, you know what? I'll tell you something. Right before I got on this podcast, my wife and I had a big talk about sex, a huge talk about sex. Because before you two, I had two people on my podcast, and it was all about like gangbangs and bukkake and all this stuff. It was pretty wild stuff.
Kinks,
and it was great. And like talking about that stuff. But I wonder, in dating, when do you get to talking about if somebody's into that type of stuff?
I honestly feel like it comes out within the first date or two. Because if you're not sexually compatible, like especially for things like kinks, like those types of things, like you want to make sure that you're compatible right off the rip.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just no point.
Right.
I didn't mean to just blow all the air in the mic. I just was trying to think about a situation where that would come out later than the first date. Like, I feel like most people who are into BDSM world are very upfront about it.
Right.
And so it's almost always in their profile, or quickly while you're messaging on the app, they're like, I'm into a daddy dom situation or whatever it is. And so most of the time you don't even make it to a date, you know, if it's that extreme. If somebody's just into like, I don't know, they're like, my favorite position, like what's your favorite position type of talk. That's usually not a first date topic.
No.
Can happen. I would say maybe if you're talking on the phone or via text or something, like after a first date. But that would be pretty bold for somebody to ask if it's your first time meeting face to face.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay on a first date to say that you really enjoy physical touch and that sexual compatibility is important to you.
Yeah, you can talk about love languages. I think it's a good entry level conversation to have.
You know, like if they're like, what are you looking for? I'm like, well,
the dick and mental health. Solid mental health.
Dick and mental health. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
My two favorite things.
Right. Is that dick attached to somebody who is sane? Like, are those things totally connected? Well. Yes.
I'm looking for dick and mental health. Is that you? Like,
you?
Is it you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna lie.
But the thing is, like, yeah, right. Check.
Totally.
Yeah, duh.
Well, that was easy. Let's do this.
But it's hard for me to not talk about sex or to not talk about, I guess, physicality and things like too early, because I also try to be upfront about the fact that I have a podcast.
Yes.
And that we talk about sex and dating and blah, blah, blah. Right. So I've had to find a very interesting in between area where I find ways to bring it up without it leading down a path of like, okay, now he's just going to think that I'm like, you know, a booty call or friend with benefits or something. Like you have this gray area, this window of time where you could still be considered somebody that they want to date and not just somebody they want to fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
a window.
Yeah. And so I have to be careful with like how much I talk about it and how much I share because I love talking about it. And or if I'm even just making conversation, like, oh, I was on, Dr. D's podcast today or whatever. And it'll come up and then I'm like, oh shit. Abort, or redirect. Like,
what'd you talk about? Dicks and mental health? You're gonna hear me say about dick and mental health. I'm just telling you. And don't wear that damn Pooh Bear shirt. I just think
right. Right. And you better not have your fucking socks on either.
Take those damn socks off. They better slide off with those pants, damn it. Right? I mean, they should slide off with the pants. No, mine do.
Yeah.
I'm like going back to this gray wife beater. Like, is that a red flag in and of itself?
I feel like it could be. Yes. Honestly, yes.
Like, just any man that wears a gray wife beat should probably not.
But like out in public, just like straight up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Yeah. If
it's underneath, what's the big deal? But like, that's the main garment.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's gray or white. If that's the main garment, he's out.
What if they wear that and nothing else underneath? Just like they...
It's a trifecta.
Is that
these wife beaters are a little longer though?
They're longer. It's like a man's dress, It's just like
it's a romper.
This is my romper. It's a baby Huey outfit. Like, how dare you judge me?
Don't you worry about my baby Huey.
How dare you? It's like that could be a problem.
Goodness.
Listen, this is just as much fun as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, Sarah, you were a cat for a little bit. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
It was a bunny.
Bunny? Was it a bunny? Jeez, I'm off on that. Okay, you were a bunny. Okay, we line correct there for that. Very nice to meet you. Yes, very nice to meet you, Nicole. Nice to talk to you again. You're both are lovely people. Seriously, a lot of fun. Very enjoyable.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You kind of remind me of my cousin.
Really?
Which is like comforting. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
In a good way. He's a really fun guy. So
yeah, I just want to have a good time,
Yeah.
Like, see, if I was out with you, I would be going pretty hard too, honestly, man. I love whipping it up, man.
It's hard not to when you're with us. Let me tell you that right now.
No, it's hard not to when you're with me. Let's put it like
all right, let's do this then.
Let's turn this around, okay?
Right. What's the saying? I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Right, exactly. Man.
Fuck those pleasantries.
I'm
Let's
not
get down to
business.
business.
We're gonna talk about the real stuff that matters, okay?
How's your mental health?
How's your mental health and
what's your dick size?
What's your dick size and what's your mental health? Those are the only two things that matter in this situation.
Currently seeing a therapist.
Are you sane and is your cock good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
I feel like this is the same thing men ask for. It's just like good pussy, sane. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like,
I mean,
we're all the same at the end of the day. We just want.
Yeah. Who wants to be with a crazy person? I mean, come on.
Not me, man. It's a lot of work. My Pooh Bear it up.
I'm never gonna forget that. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I was like, what are you trying to achieve here? This is a weird way of intimidating people.
This went a weird direction, and I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. It started out weird. It's ending weird. Listen, this is the Homance.
Gotta finish strong.
Sarah and Nicole, tell everyone how they can hang out with the Homance here.
You can find us on all podcast networks. So Apple, Spotify, Google Play, all the things. We are most active on Instagram at Homance_Chronicles. And lately we've been doing episodes on women from history who are impactful and basically,
shameless.
Just said fuck it to the regime and the patriarchy. And so we've had some Hoe of History episodes that have been pretty funny. And so you can email us at homancepodcast@gmail.com if you want to request a Hoe of History for us to review.
Or you could submit a story that, you went through kind of like mine.
That's great. A Hoe of History. That's amazing. Seriously.
You got some good ones, man.
That is amazing. You two are amazing. Seriously. You should be told very nice things. You're both wonderful people, so much fun. I knew it ahead of time. When I talked to Nicole last time, we had an awesome conversation. She's like, you got to have Sarah. You gotta have both of us. I was like,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Super
So,
fun.
man, thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time. It just felt like some
Welcome.
friends chatting. That's what it's supposed to feel like, you know?
Right. Thank you. Same to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, let's keep it weird. I'll talk to you next time.
All right.